It's hard to understand the way that you went out. I bet you're living with a little hint of doubt. Maybe next time when you gotta show your hand, you won't cut and run, you'll finally make a stand. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Existential questions always get you down. All you want to know is are we lost or found? Is there something that you feel you need to chase? I bet you thought you'd put me in my place. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door.
And me, very optimistic DK.
Bringing you your weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laserforce. Hello, chat. Nice to see you all. Gray, I was just actually watching some clips this week, and found a clip with Cell Phone Girl, and realized that it has been a minute since any of my Channel Point Redemptions work. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Gibbo, thank you very much for the resub. 68 months. Man, we've been doing this a long time.
Yeah. And now our channel points don't even work. Welcome to the enshittification of the resupply.
Nice to see you guys. Obviously, we are missing a Than this week again. Than, we had to let him go. We were gonna do a trial run part-time basis, but obviously his trial run has run out, and we are opting out of resubscribing to him. So what are you gonna do? I guess you just get to get used to
Was this
us.
a memo that got passed around the office? I don't remember this.
I had a meeting with senior leadership So,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
right.
which is just me.
They decided to blame all of the debacles and technical difficulties of the show on Sam.
Exactly right. No one is safe from this economy, not even cell phone girl.
It wasn't his fault. Why did he deserve to go? You're acting like there's a correlation between what should happen and what actually happened.
Exactly right. Hey, Ray, it's nice to see you back, bro. You lost your other account. Shit happens. I mean, what are you gonna do? Well, that's so weird. So, Hammer's gonna apply for Than's job. How are you on a microphone, Hammer? I assume you're awesome. How could you not be? I use just a little peek behind the curtain, the shabby curtain. I use a little app thing here called Mix It Up that runs all the channel point redemptions and stuff. And today it's decided, nah, I don't want to do anything. And so constantly crashing. So even if the channel point redemptions did work, they wouldn't work.
Well, that's part of
Sick.
mixing it up, is that sometimes it works, and part of that mix is you just end up with a bum day. That's just how it goes.
Exactly. Can you apply Gibbo, American Diablo Preach? Nailed it. You're the new Than. Nah, you're too positive to be Than. You wouldn't be able to do it. You're too cheery. We need that. We need that Than grump. See, yeah, Gray will do it. He's on par.
I do kind of want to get Gibbo's takes on laser tag, though. It would just be nice to have let's just have Gray and and them come by next week when we're doing our team rankings and
Yeah.
see what their input is, because I really
Well-
want to hear their takes before the show.
So funny you should say that. I think next week they are here in Auckland, so we could actually make that happen.
Cram them into the studio. There we go.
Yeah, right here, one on each side.
Who do you guys think is going to win Nats? Here you go.
I love laser tag. Good call. Good call. You'll find out at Nats if you get the chance to. So actually on that, today we're going to talk a little bit about a few things. Most specifically the stream for this year's internationals tournament. First though, we'll get into it in a second, and I will circle back to commentary and stuff. But the first thing I want to talk about. Oh, also I saw a watch streak. 450 point watch streak reached. That's cool. Good luck with redeeming those points for anything useful. But yeah, as of last week, I think we talked about it briefly on chat. I can't remember. I can't remember if we did. That one works. Cheers to you guys. Broforce water. I think I brought it up that I got inspired recently. A friend of ours a couple of years ago, 2023, got diagnosed with motor neuron disease, and we've watched him sort of do battle with this really fucking horrendous disease. And for those of you in the States, you'll know it as ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. Motor neuron disease, you basically your body shuts down on you slowly over time, and you become a prison within yourself, which is it's fucking horrendous. So
Sounds fucking awful.
it's one of the worst apparently. But this year, this month, June is actually motor neuron disease month. I'm pretty sure all over. I'm not sure. But we decided that, look, we haven't done one for a couple of years. It seems fitting to do a stream to raise some funds and raise awareness for motor neuron disease. Our friend Chris is the what's the word? Not poster child, the spokesperson. He's the featured person for motor neuron disease this month. There we go. There you go. Better. And I figured, look, if we as a community can do a little bit of fundraising for them to help raise awareness, help with research into the disease, help with supporting the families affected by the disease, because it's not just the person going through it, it's their friends, their whānau, their family, everyone around them gets affected by this fucking horrific thing. So we're going to try and do our part by raising a bit of money for the charity. that stream will be on Saturday the 27th New Zealand time, which I guess puts what time does that make it for you guys? Like in the no, in the I don't
What
know.
time is it right now?
1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's what,
Okay,
4
so that'd
o'clock
be
for you?
3 hours earlier, so that'd be 3 p.m. West Coast time, 6 p.m. East Coast time.
Right. So
The
the
day
stream,
before, obviously.
our stream will start at 8 a.m. Yeah. So, yeah, whatever that works out to.
8 a.m. your time?
8 a.m. my time. Yeah.
Okay, so we need to go back. Let's see.
It's like 2 in the morning for you guys.
That's 5 hours. Well, if
Something like
it's, I'm all fucking. You should have told me I was gonna have to do math for the show. I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't know I was gonna do time zone conversions. That was Than's job, and you fired Than. That was his whole job, was converting the time zone. Good job. Like any other corporation, you've completely destroyed us by letting go our most valuable employee.
I thought AI could replace it, but turns out no. 1 p.m.
Try, man.
1 p.m. yesterday New York time. So if we're doing it on the Saturday, it'll be 1 p.m. Friday afternoon New York time, which makes it what, like 11? Huh?
No, that can't be right. If it's 8 a.m. for you, it can't be 10 a.m. for us. We don't know what's going on. The point is, you can type it in to Google yourself. It's going to be held at 8 a.m.
You don't even need a fan.
On
Saturday,
June 27th, 8 a.m. Auckland Standard Time.
It makes it like 6 a.m. Australia time and whatever it is in the States. That maths is too hard for me to do off the top of my head. 1 p.m. Thanks, Gray. I was hoping someone would put it in chat. So we'll be doing another 16-hour marathon stream to raise funds. We're going to run it as we have done in the past 3 times that we've done a charity stream. It'll be kind of a like a telethon style stream. We're going to play games. My lovely wife will be joining me for most, if not all, of the day. I think we're going to build Lego in the morning, so that'll be one of the nice like first chill streams that we do. Raise, it'll be 16 hours, bro.
Lego and coffee sounds like a good morning.
Oh yeah, it's a good way to start the day. And then there'll be some group games. I haven't finalized the schedule yet because I keep going back and forwards between what I want to play. But I think there'll be a little bit of Mario Kart in there. The Mario Kart 8, not the new one, because I don't have the money for a new Switch. Stupid travel. Yeah, there'll be some Ultimate Chicken Horse, I think, thrown in there. A game called Peak. I had thought maybe we'll play a game called Cult of the Lamb, which is essentially you're a little cute little character and you make a cult, which I thought might be right up my alley. So, but the cool thing about Cult of the Lamb is that you can have Twitch integration. So the idea is that you build a cult following, but people in Twitch can actually become characters in the game. So there'll be so if you want to be part of my cult, this is the way to do it.
Also, that should be like some kind of Christian militia out in Idaho or something.
I think we'll do Cult of the Lamb. So keep an eye out. I'll hopefully finalize the schedule today and then put a post out tomorrow. One thing I did decide, because building does Jackbox game work worldwide? It does. Jackbox a tough one because I think the best games for that are either Quiplash or Fibbage, and there is the possibility that those games get a little bit racist, depending on the people you're playing with. But
if like at the holiday park last year, it just descends into bullying Taipan.
Exactly right. But because it's a charity stream, I want to keep it relatively scandal free. So yeah, we'll see how we go. The thought had crossed my mind because I would like to. The more participation we can get from chat, the more people are likely to stick around and donate. And that's the main thing, is we're going to try and donate. Donate a bunch of money to a great cause. Troy, thank you very much. 66 months. Thank you. That's a long time too.
Nice.
One
Good
thing,
job, Buff, man.
because obviously, as you all know, I'm also building up the Laserforce Internationals stream. So there's a bit happening at the moment. Things are a little bit crazy and hectic. So of course, I decided to throw more tasks in the mix. I am, some of you know, I've started carving Ponamu or greenstone recently, and I've carved a few pieces for redemption on the stream. And so this is the first one I made. Check that out. Look at the beautiful colors in that piece.
Very
Ooh
nice.
la la, so nice. Come on, camera, focus. There we go.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, it's nice. So there'll be 4 of them, and essentially the first 4 to redeem the $500 donation, I will gift you a Ponamu. So there is a cultural thing about not purchasing your own. This doesn't count as that because you're not buying it from me. You're giving to charity, and I'm gifting you a Ponamu for your donation. So loophole.
Yeah, things may be arbitrary, but we're gonna take it.
Yeah, spiritual legalese is what they call that. But yeah, if you want,
I went to Catholic school. I know all about that.
Yeah. If there's a loophole, we'll find that shit. But yeah, come along Saturday 27th or Friday 26th, depending on your time zone. It's going to be a bunch of fun hanging out with us and raising money for a great cause. But there's only 4 of those taonga available, hand carved by myself. So if you want a 1 of 4 piece, they will go live the day of. I don't know how quick or not they will go. I mean, the good problem is they all go immediately. I know $500 New Zealand dollars, by the way. It's quite a substantial amount of money, but it is for a great cause, and you'll get a little bit of afi or aroha from myself for your donation. So yeah, come hang out. It's going to be a bunch of fun. I can't wait. It's been a few years since we've done one of these, and it's always in the back of my mind to kind of do what we can for good causes and also have some fun. I love doing this shit. The final part is, if we do hit we've got a goal. This year's goal was $5,000. If we hit our $5,000 goal, I'm going to do the ice bucket challenge on stream, which I'm not really looking forward to having to do, but hopefully I will have to do it. So we'll set up a camera and I'll do the ice bucket challenge for everyone who hasn't seen that shit. It looks awful.
Well, if you just want to kind of fudge your bets a little bit, you could just volunteer to do it once you actually get to Syracuse, because you may be very happy to have an ice bucket challenge once you get to Syracuse in the middle of July.
It's funny you said that, because I don't know if you saw Beans' comment in chat, but that's exactly what he said. So I don't know, maybe we'll add it as a stretch goal I'll do one here, and if we hit, I'll figure out a number. Maybe it's like maybe it's $7,500 total. Then I'll do one at Nats as well. You frozen G&D emote? Yeah, as if I do any upkeep around here. I try my best. I should get a tattoo. I don't know about that. Speaking of tattoo, Dolly, 51 months. Thank you very much. Dolly got a new tattoo yesterday.
Yeah,
really cool,
pretty dope
D&D themed tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, come and join us. It's gonna be fun. Cool charity stream. We're gonna have lots of fun. I can't wait. With the tattoo. So we thought we would talk a little bit today, heading into this year's tournament, about the live stream side of things. Now, this is something that we've been putting a bunch of work into, I guess, to build it up over the last few years, actually.
Yeah. And when you say we, you mostly mean you, because I haven't done anything to help.
Not just me. There's been a bunch of people behind the scenes that have helped over the years. probably first off the bat, like, would be Luke Mischief out of Loveland. Massive amount of like media creation for these tournaments, and actually off the back of, yeah, I think I made the joke last week, but he got FOMO'd into doing the player interviews again for this year. So that's really exciting. I sent him a couple of sneak peeks of what this year's stream looking like, and he was like, "Fuck, I guess I'll help." And also Beans have been massive as well. Yeah, we've been messaging every day about, like, you know, what's happening, what needs to happen for the day, what, you know, stuff he's working on. So
Beans is kind of like one of the godfathers of Laserforce Media at this point, because really it owes a lot to Beans. I know he wasn't the first person to record score screens for people to watch. Definitely did some of the earliest live casting of
Yeah.
scoreboards and tournaments as they were happening, though. And there were definitely a few years in there where I was being stupid and not traveling to tournaments for some terrible reason. Like, I was focused on my career. What a waste of time that was. But it was great to be able to follow stuff from afar. So I am glad that element has been introduced. As much as I'd say, like, during tournament week, I mostly want to focus on that. But for people who can't be there for whatever reason, that is definitely a great feature that makes you feel like you're still kind of part of the community.
Yeah.
And gives you massive amounts of FOMO.
Oh, it really does. I think he, you know, because I remember starting to do streams as far back as 2017, I want to say. Like that was when I remember doing actual live stream commentated scoreboard watches. That was at Sacramento, right? Yeah. Myself, Virus, Raya, to name a few, jumped on the mic and were commentating those games. So it's cool to see the progression. Oi, BC, if you go play a round of disc golf at the new course, for every birdie you'll get, you'll donate $10. If you ever par, donate $5, and if you ace, that's 20. Holy shit, that's awesome. All right, you're on. I might find some time to go down and play. How many rounds?
As long as your battery lasts for whatever you're going to be streaming that from.
Oh yeah, should probably film it.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? I got a bunch of aces today.
I aced everything. Just one. All right, you're on,
Give me
Dolly.
all that money.
But yeah, it's cool to see the progression of where we got to, where we are now. Do you think 2011 was the first stream you picked up? Chula did their own in 2010. There was a Chula Vista stream. I don't remember that. That's cool.
I remember the games were at least got uploaded. Back then, they were getting like uploaded to Facebook as like Facebook videos. I don't remember if we actually did live casts of those or not. Again, like, I was busy with other stuff during the week, so I don't know what was going on. But I think Scott, the owner at the time, Sweets' dad, was the one who put those up originally. So
yeah, right on.
Yeah, and I know going back as far as like really the first videos of Laserforce score screens I remember watching was you guys from 2008, where you guys were taping them partly as a means of tracking medikits. You crazy people.
I don't know.
Crazy things over the years.
I don't know who decided to upload them. I assume it was Stan.
It was Stan, as far as I know. Yeah.
Right, but like genius. That's, I think, the birth of I guess Nat's media coverage.
In a way, I mean, prior to that, we had, you know, the old LF forums, we had Owl's Chronicles, and great stuff like that. But
that's all reporting, right? But
yeah, it's come a long way though.
Yeah, you never caught the live games. Like you would. I don't even know if like scoreboards got made available like live. I think we just hung out waiting for the Chronicles.
Yeah, not that I remember, because even like Wi-Fi was not really a thing, so there really was not a lot of options for streaming that out unless you were doing it over incredibly like bad bandwidth and upload speeds and all kinds of stuff. So.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty awesome to kind of see where we've got to. So the last couple of years we've really stepped up what we kind of want the commentary to be, or what we want the production to be. And I think we're in a place where we're kind of ironing out some of the issues and expanding on some of the stuff that I think are really positive. the stream. So I thought we'd talk about how the scoreboard is kind of looking, or what features we can kind of expect out of this year's stream, but also get some feedback as to what people liked or didn't like about the production or the stream from last year, the year before, and see what we can build upon. Because last year was the first time that we implemented a completely different scoreboard system for the stream, and I mean, I think we got kind of mixed feedback on it.
I think that's probably a fair interpretation.
Yeah, I think it looked really good, but I think whenever you introduce something that is different, people are hesitant for change. People don't particularly enjoy change. So when you're watching a game, you're so used to seeing a layout give you all the information, you know where to look. It's so hard to digest that when it looks completely different. So I think that's probably the biggest drawback. The biggest drawback was some of the data I think wasn't accurate, and
right, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. And I found out through Maniac this week. Maniac and Beans were talking, and Maniac was saying that the way that the live data gets sent from the little wildcard device, for some reason, it's kind of like a alphabet soup. So all of the information just gets poured into the soup in no particular order, and then at the end of the game, it's magically all there. And the issue with doing that is that if you're pulling live stat data, but it's not coming out in correct order or not updating immediately, you'll get to the end and it'll all be correct, probably. But it doesn't.
But that defeats the point of live commentary.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if they never show the actual score of the game while you're watching a sport and you only find out at the end, it's like, well, I can kind of tell from the vibes of how the crowd's going, like whether it's a close game or not. But yeah, if the information's not accurate, you definitely need that.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Like, you can't have it look amazing but have the data be wrong, because defeats the whole purpose.
For me, I would say the difference, looking at some of the videos from last year, is that the kind of, I'm just going to call it the wild card view, since obviously he was kind of the innovator of that particular setup.
Yeah.
I think it was a little easier to get a snapshot of a particular player during a game. But I think overall, scoreboard classic, I'll just call it, I think that gives a little bit better feel of how the teams are doing, because of how the information is arranged. It's a lot easier to look at the various columns rather than kind of you have to look across the rows, which is, you wouldn't think it's a big difference. It's just vertical versus horizontal, but it's a wider field of vision of you have to look across, say, okay, well, how are the lives doing across the team? There's a collective life counter, that kind of thing, but it's a lot easier to just tell, if you're just looking at the column, oh shit, blue team is all on single digit lives.
Yeah.
This game might turn in a real hurry right here.
Yeah. I agree. The new scoreboard gives far more info. Yeah, it does. It gives far more information, but unfortunately, just due to the way that the programming works, that information is oftentimes not correct. And that's not an issue from Wildcard. That's an issue with the Laserforce software. Wildcard did such an amazing job coding everything, and then not only making everything, but then stamping out fires as they sprung up throughout the week. If he wasn't playing, he was working on scoreboard issues, trying to fix stuff. And I think if we had kind of known going in, which we kind of do now, how that data gets pushed out. And again, I'm regurgitating, information, secondhand information. So I'm not totally confident what I'm saying is correct. But
I'm not an engineer. That stuff's above my pay grade. So.
But yeah, as far as I'm aware, the way that the system works, it's not actually that data is not going to come out accurate regardless of how much programming you do. It's just not a viable thing. So with that in mind, this year, the old scoreboard, which is what we use in 2024, that old style scoreboard will be making an appearance again. But we've got a couple of changes, and we'll make a couple of changes to the board to kind of get the best of both worlds, I guess, or at least kind of, you know, get some of that spectator friendly feel to the board to make it look nicer for the general public, but also make it easier and more accurate to read for seasoned players. So the idea is that we'll have player images still on the screen. We'll have hopefully we'll have the team totals ticker, and hopefully we can kind of work in a way of showing like a rudimentary kind of momentum tracker, I guess. So who you based on the rudimentary or the basic data that's coming in, who has the upper hand, who, you know, lives versus bases versus scores, that sort of stuff. But ultimately the board will be in a familiar way for people to read it. So you're not trying to like, you know, trying to find stats or trying to find the basic information of the game.
So just if we were going to visualize like here, rather than being presented vertically, the idea was that you'd have, say, like, okay, here's the red team over here, here's the blue team over here, and
Yep.
they're not going to move from those spots
Correct.
regardless of who's ahead. Like those will stay as fixed things, and then, you know, below those maybe you have your camera setups.
Yep.
And like I feel like that could be really intuitive too if you put like the e-door kind of camera right under red team and the entry door camera right under blue team. Like,
Yep.
certainly not every game is going to proceed that way, but there's a good chance that you're going to get at least a good amount of action, and that might give you a little bit kind of better sense of what's going on.
Yeah.
So
that's almost exactly. Did I send you a photo of the scoreboard?
you may have,
Right,
this is why,
right.
or at least describe it to me. This is why this is jogging from my
Yeah.
memory. But yeah,
But that's almost exactly what will happen. It'll have the red and the blue split out side by side. We'll have the player images who are playing in that game will be above the scoreboard, as well as the teams who are currently playing. And they will have the game ticker down the side, so you'll be able to read the live events as they're happening. And then we'll have a mixture of between 2 and 4 cameras underneath those. Probably 2 to 3. 4 makes it a little bit hard to kind of see anything that's happening.
And 3 is kind of an awkward number from what you have set up. But if you were able to just, like you did in 23, if you could just rotate in between cameras, and just
that's
have
what
2
we'll do
at a time. Yeah.
Yep. So
I think that'll probably be for the best.
Yeah, we'll have camera switches. Now CompGeek basically did all the broadcasting stuff for us last year and was essentially our program director. I'm not entirely sure. He basically said, "Hey, look, I'm available if you want me to run it again. I have control issues." But I think
That's a nice offer, though.
Yeah, I think if we can work in a way where we have a producer looking at what action is happening on the cameras and switching to the relevant ones, I think we'll probably work that in, because it is really hard to to commentate as well as you know, do the production side of things. Camera, what's your fucking problem?
Who knows? Well, but honestly, thinking about it, I know relatively little about sports broadcasting, but like I have been to live sporting events when I've seen the broadcast booth set up, and you know, for the 3 people who are giving commentary, there's a staff of 20 support people who are making that possible. Yeah. So like the amount of like honestly the amount of stuff that we've put out, given that it's usually a 1 or 2 person operation, with maybe a few people in support, like in between games, but they're trying to do a whole bunch of things. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So I'm under no illusions about how much work that is, which is why I simultaneously salute you and also think you are a crazy person for trying to do that.
You should be good. Got 9 in the arena, 2 outside, and 1 each bathroom. I don't think I'll be doing commentary for the bathroom cam, but from what I understand, Sanch has bought a whole new camera system just for the stream. which is pretty great. And Gabe's also bringing the cameras they had in Loveland, so there will be a lot of camera a lot of camera feeds coming in. And we'll try and utilize as many as we can, again, because it'll be mostly me switching during the games. Like, it's hard to kind of do both. But we'll do our best to kind of look at a lot of stuff. I think really in 2023 at Loveland Nats, I think
24.
24, sorry, 24.
Mhm.
I think there was like a half a dozen of us doing stuff, actually, like, during the stream. And most of, I think, like, there was a whole team of people trying to fix camera feeds and scoreboard feeds and stuff on site whilst I was off site. So a lot of work goes into making it cool, which is why we kind of, I think, DK, you reached out this week to some people to see if they had feedback about the scoreboard and stuff. I think maybe that's something that we hadn't done in the past, was ask people what they like and don't like about it. Did you have much in the way of feedback from people?
Well, it was relatively short notice. I didn't get a ton of replies, at least on the Discord from when I posted it. But we did get a couple of interesting feature requests or items for potential discussion. So you can tell me how viable any of these things are, because some of them might be like, well, I'd love to be able to do that, but I just can't.
Yeah.
On the Discord, Prawn Boy in particular had suggested player interviews after a match is completed, which we did, I think, kind of try to do in 2024. It was just a question of who was going to be available at what times, because especially most of the time, right after you play, you have to go rep. So it's not like you can necessarily just pull somebody in and get instant reaction, but to be able to do player interviews after a match is completed.
So that is the big thing, is because we go play ref set, it is very hard to get somebody to come and give their take on the game. It will be easier for us to do it this year because I'm on site to do it. The previous 2 years we had a booth set up in Loveland, actually, where people could come and do an interview with us. Maybe it's a case of you have a designated person before they go on and play their game. You're like, hey, can you come and like see me after the match, and we'll do a quick 1 minute interview and give your thoughts on the game, that sort of stuff. That will be really cool. This year is play ref sit for the first 3 rounds. So and if we can do it very quickly, because the last thing I want to do is have anyone hold up the games because people don't have enough refs in there. So for those who are rostering 7, if you've got an arrangement where you can come out and give a quick interview whilst some your 7th goes in on refs, that might be the way to do it. I would very much like to do that. It's just dependent on turnaround times, how quick we want to get these games turned around. But I
don't know how that will work for our team, because I think I'm going to end up volunteering to ref a few extra games so Autumn can rest her back, so she doesn't completely wreck herself into the day.
Smart. So yes, I very much want to do that. I want to talk about guest commentary as well very quickly. So in the past, we've kind of just said, hey, look, anyone who's available, come and sit down and be a guest commentator. What that can lead to, based on the times we've done it, is unfocused commentary. And you'll get times where either people who haven't been playing for a long period of time, so don't really know how to speak on the game as it's happening, or worse, you get people who come and sit down and you just talk shit for like the whole and don't really pay attention to what's happening in the game. Those are things I'm trying to avoid this year. So I do want to have some guest commentators come in, and I've already reached out to a few people to ask them, just off the back of knowing that they can speak well on the game, not just from a intellectual standpoint, but also from an entertaining standpoint. But the seat won't be open for everyone. I'm going to kind of keep it locked down. We're going to try and run it semi professionally. And the other reason for that is because we have sponsorship slash support from organizations. So there needs to be an element of professionalism, and that's what we're trying to bring to the tournament. So I really want people who are enthusiastic about it and can speak well on camera, speak well live, probably speak better than me. I'm not saying I'm a pro, just I'm just loud. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So it won't be available for everyone. Please don't get upset if I'm like, hey, nah, no, thank you. But yeah, if you feel like you really have something you want to say on stream and come and speak about the games, you really want to give it an honest attempt, reach out to me and let me know, and we can work something out. But otherwise, it's going to be fairly limited to who we get on the microphone during that. Yeah, so don't be upset if I'm like no, or if you're terrible and I kick you off early.
This means more time for socializing and playing games.
Exactly. You don't want to come do this job. It sucks.
Yeah. Why would you want to work the weekend Nats? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you want to play is what you want to do. I hope that's a fair statement to make. I hope people take that with the intention that I'm intending it to be. I don't mean to be a jerk. But
no, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like most of the people who are playing the event, that is going to be their focus during the week. I know some people, they like to get on the mic now and again, but that is not really people's primary focus, I think, during a tournament like this.
Yeah, I hope so. And like if hopefully the interviews gives us an opportunity to kind of scratch that itch for some people, come in and give a quick take on briefly what happened in your eyes with that game, or a turning point, or some thing that you want to speak on. But
well, at least at one of the events, I don't remember if it was like the 11 West Coast, you had kind of a commentary booth that was set up in the lobby. I think it might have been at Duos that we had sort of a setup that was in the tech room office, and people would occasionally come by and give commentary, but there was no like permanent person on commentary. So I think some people felt the pressure to get on the camera just so there would be somebody who was giving commentary, but like we don't necessarily have that pressure this year, since you're going to be handling the commentary side, so no one should feel like, oh, well, I should go do this because no one's talking right now, whether you have anything to say or not. Like don't feel like you need to go on and do that, because we already have somebody covering that.
I kind of I want to keep it relatively smooth and relatively like on track, on target. Speak with intention.
Which is a difficult enough thing with this group.
You could also use an experienced drifter knows the game and saw the defining push to eliminate Resupply since they sit the role. That's a great idea, Hammer. That's a really good idea. If we have a key ref in a position that saw, that was staked outside of one of the resupply positions, and could see a turning point in the game or something. That's a great idea.
Man, that's what I want to see from now on. Like, forget it with the player interviews that you have at halftime at these NBA games, because they never say anything interesting. Like, what are they going to say? Like, hey, what was your guys' whole strategy for that first half? I'm not going to fucking tell you. Like, we still have to play the rest of the game. But like, bring on the refs. Bring on the refs at halftime. So
that's a great idea.
Excuse me, ref. Why did you make this one particular call? Is there people are just like booing them in the background?
He's been a real piece of shit.
Way more fun. Way more fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Chat to the refs. All right, so yeah, that's commentary. Yeah, that's commentary. Did you have any other stuff in the bag?
Yeah, so something else that Prawn Boy had suggested was maybe this is more of like a recap or at the end of an hour, end of a break type of thing, but to have a player of the game, player of the round, player of the day, that kind of thing would be kind of cool. Even if that is subjective. I mean, you can even do it, like after the game, like okay, here's my pick for player of the game, this one, or that might be something that could be interesting for one of those referees to come out and commentate on after as well. Just be like, oh
Yep.
yeah, from what I saw, like this person was having a big impact on the game. Which is
I
always going to be limited to what their perspective was,
Yeah.
but it's all subjective anyway.
I think we try and kind of speak on key matchups or like key things that do happen in the game anyway. So that, I mean, that's kind of what the commentary is, right? Is your you do the commentary of the game and then kind of speak on key points that just happen or key failures or whatever. It's hard to give like a player spotlight like that based on anything outside of stats, I guess, which we will still be doing. I can't remember yesterday last year, if we did the full on player comparisons or whatnot. But there will be an added kind of feature this year. So in the past years we've done the head to heads for players, and early in the tournaments that's kind of hard because you've only played none games.
Yeah.
So what the data we are going to pull on this year, we're gonna have the ability to do a all-time stats comparison, which will be interesting in some ways, maybe a little less relevant because you're talking about their stats on LF stats all time versus like specific centers. But you'll get an idea of kind of what their general stats are like. So hopefully that'll be kind of interesting. Maybe a recap of results on the blocks. Yep. So we generally do that as well. Like the leaderboard is essentially that. The recap thing is a little hard because that requires note taking. I'm not very good at taking notes.
Well, and to be fair, even if you were great at taking notes, you have so many other responsibilities because, like, the commentators, again, in other sports games, they're having PAs come and hand them, notes that have been taken about
Yeah.
the game and all that kind of stuff. So they sound like they're always on the ball, but it's like, well, yeah, if you have a staff of researchers,
Yeah.
it goes a lot easier.
That's right. The commentator is a mouthpiece for the team that is backing them. And if we had a bigger team of dedicated like production, that watching how the Zone Worlds production team do it, they have from what I could gather, they had 3 to 4 dedicated media people, like production team people in the booth, not including the commentators. So
Right.
they're able to do replays, they're able to do stat stuff, recap stuff, and we'll recap as much as we can kind of remember. But yeah, would you consider a pro wrestling type of commentary where there's a heel and a face commentator? Well, like, yeah, I could probably pull off a JR.
Oh God, he is broken in half.
He said I'm straight to hell. Oh, I forgot to mute that. That's unfortunate. Go away. Who was that? Bloody Tim. Yeah, all that stuff would be kind of fun. Did we cover that? Did I answer that question?
Yeah, I think so.
Bing, bing. Shut up, Messenger. Fucking hell. I forgot to close all the Messenger windows on my in the background.
Speaking of Messenger, yeah, I'd also reached out to a couple of people just off of Discord to see if there was any other stuff that came up. And I think this will be very much in that same vein. Talking to Odin's Fist, suggesting that something that would be really cool is if we did have the capability for something like instant replay, especially in areas like Edor. There's likely to be some big plays that are there. It's just like, oh man, that commander just flushed that whole team. Like, let's look at that again. Now, I don't know how practical do you think something like that would be?
So vmix, which is the software that we use to do the broadcast, has the ability to do instant replays. You have to have a production team to do that stuff.
Yeah, that was my thinking on that. Is just like that's a lot for one person to have control of.
Yeah, you need I think, because I did bring it up with CompGeek. So CompGeek does vmix broadcasting as a job, which is like awesome.
Mhm.
because I didn't know that prior to switching to vmix from OBS when we did the stream in 24. 24, yeah, 24.
Mhm.
And so he was able to implement a bunch of stuff last year, which I didn't know about because this is his job.
Yeah.
So I asked him about instant replay. He said, "Look, it is doable, but you need a team of people to do that kind of shit." So for our TV games with hockey, we have at least 4 of us in the production room. Exactly right, and it would be really cool. But yeah, you need a team of people to do that kind of stuff, and unfortunately, we're not at the point yet where we have a production team dedicated to doing just the stream. This is the first time, I guess, somebody's going to be on site dedicated just to commentary.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So yeah, we're getting there. Maybe next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of incremental steps forward that have been made over the last few years. So, and again, I would just remind everybody that anything you get is like pure bonus to what is otherwise out there. Because
Yeah.
I was perfectly fine when literally all that it was a silent image of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And you had chat and you were just talking shit to people back and forth. So anything you get on top of that, I think is all gravy, is all bonus.
It's it's those baby steps towards Major League Space Marines, essentially.
I mean, yes. I think we might be kind of putting the cart before the horse there.
What?
Like you need the audience before you increase the production value. Like just
don't agree. I don't agree. I think you can, if you make it look cool, that's how you get spectators. Because
you're gonna do the reverse Field of Dreams.
That's yeah, exactly. If they wait, yeah,
if they come, you'll build it.
Yeah. Wait, no, we're doing a Field of Dreams.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, you're building the production and just hoping that the ghosts who are the mass audience on the internet show up.
Exactly right. Kiwi Cosner. There we go. I was trying to think of
Kiwi Cosner.
I was trying to think of a name. Kiwi Cosner's gonna do it. That's the best I got.
Finally, we have a new username for Steve. Kinexor is no
Kiwi
more.
Cosner.
If you were a Loveland player, you would definitely be Kiwi Cosner next week.
If you build it, they will come. I was supposed to be on site dedicated at Hour 24, but broken wrist wanting to play tag overruled. Yeah, I would have been sad if you didn't play. You had to play.
And seriously, yeah, if you're playing the tournament, like that's your first
play the tournament.
Play the
exactly
tournament.
Right.
It's not just for your own satisfaction, but like for your team too. Like your team is counting on you.
Yeah,
they don't want your head on the broadcast side.
Exactly right. And which is why I had as soon as I announced that I bought tickets, that tickets were purchased for me to come to Nats, I got a couple of messages from people being like, "Hey, we need a 6th. Do you want to come and play for us?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I've committed. I've committed. This is something I want to do." And much like if you're playing in a tournament and that's your focus, I want to make sure that the stream or that the commentary or the production is as best as we can kind of make it. So, yeah, committed to doing it. That's why we're all here, not for the laser chat, but because BC makes this channel look good. That's right. Sometimes. Right. Anything else in the mailbag?
Let's see. Yeah, we had the instant replay for the cameras, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I mean, that was mostly it in terms of features that people requested or stuff that people thought worked well in previous years. Because I did like that we did player interviews in 24, but yeah, it is, I think, tough to sort of line that up with the end of the game and all that. I'm just hoping that it's going to be convenient and easy for you to be doing the commentary in there where there's not going to be a ton of noise, because I know in a relatively limited space, not everybody's going to be there all at the same time. Some people have buys and all that, but even though Fun Warehouse has a fair amount of real estate in their lobby, like it's going to get crowded in there with 10 teams.
So I'm hoping that this microphone here, I bought it a little while ago just to increase the quality of of this show.
Mhm.
But I think that I can actually, if anyone knows a little bit about this microphone here, I have a feeling that I can turn the gain way down, which means like unless I'm right on the mic, it won't actually pick anything up, which is good because I have a feeling that there's going to be a bit of noise in there. It does mean that we're probably going to have to get a second microphone, which is fine. Hopefully, someone with a good microphone can lend me one. But yeah, if we can get a second microphone with a good kind of gain setting, it means that we can cut out a bunch of that noise. We'll be able to have a guest interview or second commentator or however we want to do it. And not pick up too much of the background noise, because we are sitting right at the behind the reception desk, which isn't that far away from the general hubbub of what's happening on site.
I think most of the stuff will be down kind of in the I want to say like the recessed area of the lobby. Yeah, in the pit. Let's just call it the pit. I think most of the action is going to be there because there's not really a lot of seating or stuff like that at the top level that's near the counter. And if they're closed to the public, it's not going to be super busy there, would be my hope. And I would hope that as the week goes on, people get used to that. We can kind of just maybe usher people away from the counter and be like, hey, if you guys want to sit and have a chat somewhere, like maybe
Do
not
it
right next
not
to the
here.
counter, like
Yeah.
go do it outside, go do it at the far end of the table, because there will be places, I think, where people can have private conversations, team chats. There's lots of space outside, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I think like I said, will be in captain's meeting. Perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say like Beans has been doing so much work to kind of think about all of this stuff. So yeah, I have a feeling that it's crossed his mind. So we'll do what we can to reduce the background noise. Is Dan considered background noise? Not today.
There's definitely going to have to be some peer pressure to get him to get to call in as a remote guest for your commentary.
So that is another thing that I've been thinking on, whether or not I want to have call-ins, because he has said, hey, I'll come on the mic if available. But I kind of want to keep everything in house this time. So call-ins might be a little difficult. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we go with that one, because then you've got to broadcast a live feed to them so that they're not seeing a delayed version of the scoreboard on stream, and it comes with its own challenges. So
how about just like general population call in so people can talk to you about how laser tag is turning the frogs gay and that kind of thing?
It's turning the freaking frogs gay. Oh my god, he sent him straight to hell. Yeah, maybe.
JR is turning into Alex Jones. Who knows what's going on here?
God almighty. A couple of notes here that I had put in. A couple of the other things, like I said, we've got the head-to-head stats, like position-wise. I've also going to put in there, which I think was missing from the last couple of years, how many games that player has played at that role during the tournament. One thing I didn't properly consider, which is dumb, but you don't think of these things until they pop up, is that people not everyone has a set position going into a tournament, and often will play 2 or 3 different roles during the week. It means that MVP stats get a little skewed, which also means that when you do a player comparison, if you're and I think actually this popped up when we were doing the top 5 in the leaderboards per role last year, excuse me. What would happen is you'd have the first 3 players at medic only played 1 game at medic each. And it was like Rusty, coming out with a massive medic score. So we are going to we are. Sorry, Red Hammer's comment. Beans and I are great about getting people away from the counter. Do you use your size 20s to kick them away from the counter, or maybe have it filtered per team? I don't know what that means. Maybe clarify that a little for me. But I think the way that the stats will work is that you'll need to have played a minimum of I think 5 games at that role to be on a leaderboard for that role.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it avoids those outliers.
That's so weird now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I think the last 3 years I've played every game at the same position on the national teams, but that's actually pretty rare. There's usually at least like one game a tournament where it's like, yeah, let's mix things up, or the seedings are already determined. Like, we have one match left. Let's do something a little different.
Hey, medic, go play commander or whatever.
Yeah, or something like that. But at least the last 3 years, I've honestly been feeling like, even for some of those games where I'm just like, no, like, I'm focused on this role. I'm locked in. I don't want to switch. Now, this year, since we have 7 players, I think there's probably going to be some switching that happens just by necessity, because not everybody's going to be playing every game. So it'll be interesting to see.
Only took 20 plus years to learn this. Exactly right. We're getting there. Only have one player can be on a leaderboard per team. No, only because if you're leading those stats, you're on a leaderboard. Like, you should be there, but you should be there.
Or
I think
you mean like per
role.
Yeah, like per position or something.
Yeah.
Like, it should be the main person, the person who's played the most heavy games in your team is played on the leaderboard. Even if you have 2 people who have had 5 plus. I think I'm interpreting that correctly.
Okay. That would make more sense. That's out of my skill level, I think. So probably still no. We'll try and have it as as a games played kind of cap, and I think we'll cap it at 5. Because how many games do you play a day? That might be a question for
around about 8, probably.
Yeah. So I think if you're playing 5, if you played 5 games at a particular position, over the week, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for some teams, that might be by the end of the first day.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are keeping your positions mostly consistent.
Yeah, exactly right. So we'll try and make it, and at least that way you're looking at more interesting data than 3 of the top 5 for medic only ever played 1 game at medic. Like, it doesn't really.
I was like, here's Syracuse A's chance to monopolize the leaderboards by just constantly flipping their positions around.
And maybe it's a case of like, I'll talk to Russell and see if we're able to adjust that as well going forward. So like, after day 1 it's 5, but after day 2 you need to have played like 10 games in that role to be on a top leaderboard or whatever.
Well, theoretically speaking, I think most of the time what we've done, in order to be eligible for like MVP or All-Star, it needs to be half your games that you've played at that position. So it's like, maybe you could just stagger that based on like how many games have been played over the span of the week. And as long as it's half your games, then you're eligible.
We can do it, like, and let's be fair, the majority of the stats and stuff that we present during the rounds is usually in between games, and it's to fill time, but it's to fill time with stuff that is still interesting. It's nice to talk about and stuff.
Who doesn't love to see stats in between games?
I heard a comment today that stats are for losers. Somebody said that as a professional sports person. I was like, that's interesting.
Was Charles Barkley up in here? Analytics don't work at all. It's just some crap some people were really smart made up to try to get in the game because they had no talent.
Damn, Kenny.
Rings, Ernie.
Ernie, that's his name, not Kenny. Oh, terrible.
No, well, Kenny's also there. Like,
is he?
Smith is also one of the commentators.
Well, who's the white dude? Ernie.
Yeah, that's Ernie Johnson.
Oh yeah. Is it Kenny the Jet? Is he the
Kenny
other
the
guy?
Jet Smith.
Ah, yeah. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq says.
Go to the big man down in the paint.
Shaq Bookman. Right. The other thing as well as slight tweak is I'm going to put the total games played at that position on the head-to-head stats. So, if you're doing a commander comparison for 2 players, you can also see that DK played like 20 games at commander, but we're comparing him to let's say Ghost, and Ghost has only played 3 games or 5 games at Commander, then you can see that the comparisons are not going to be. They have a little more context to them when you're comparing those 2 players, which I think is a better way to do it. Yeah. You
Well,
put
and showing
asterisks.
things, I think, like average medic hits and average missiles are a good way to even out for that stuff too,
Yeah.
because it's like it can look really impressive. They're like, oh, look, this commander has 80 medic hits and they've gotten off 75 missiles or whatever. It's like, well, yeah, they've been playing every game. This other players only played like you said, like 5 games of Commander. Of course,
Yeah.
well, they only had 25 medic hits because they just haven't played that many games of Commander.
Yeah, and that'll be how it works. Is the majority of the stats that we compare will be averages, which is how it should be done, right? DK playing Commander. I heard he's playing Medic. Yeah, but you also heard he only won 1 national, so
Fake news. Fake news.
Which I tell you what, DK wasn't overly stoked. You should see the fire in his eyes before we went live today. He is like,
"Wish you were nuts."
Yeah, I hope Leech is there. I'm gonna take that dude to task. I thought that was very funny. Don't you know that that all of us here on the Resupply podcast are not only multi-Nats winners, but also have won in both hemispheres. So
that's right.
Boom, eat that.
All of your hosts, including the one who was fired, apparently.
Yeah, by all of I mean me and you. And I guess Dan technically as well, but he don't work here anymore. We don't like to talk about him. He's on gardening leave.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Even you've done that? Exactly right, Daz. You're an elite group. And who doesn't know who Daz is? That's the question. Who doesn't?
Probably a lot of the younger players. Last Nats you played was what, like 2003?
I'm pretty sure Daz was there in 08. Pretty sure.
Was he? Oh yeah, no, wasn't he playing the other Oakley team? Didn't
yeah.
Because he wanted to play 3-hit or something? So,
something like that.
Maybe
I want to say that.
Maybe 08 was the last time then.
Yeah, maybe 09, because didn't it go back to
so much more recent. 08, 09. We're really talking about the
Look.
I mean, it seems like yesterday to me, but what do I know?
Me too. I'm hanging on to that Nats as long as I can. Otherwise, I'll fade off into obscurity more so than I have.
Which is just to say, respect your elders, kids.
You won the best prize from Lasers in New Zealand in 2023. I don't know. I'd take that prize back. This one's grumpy. I don't want it. Yeah.
Don't bring your sappy nonsense onto our good podcast here, Dolly.
Sick. All right. So those are a lot of the I guess the changes or features that I think we're going to try and implement for this year. We are working very, very hard to make sure that the stream looks amazing for all of you who won't be in attendance at Nats. I forgot to ask, Beans, if you're still around, do you know if we're going to broadcast the stream, not necessarily like with sound, but are we going to broadcast the stream output to the foyer? I'd be very interested in whether or not we can do that. That would be cool, actually.
My man be like, Steve, shut up. I'm trying to watch the game.
This fucking guy. I hear him in stereo all around me. I just can't get rid of him.
Worse than Joe Buck.
Hey, fuck you. I guess, so you won't actually be able to see my face. It's an interesting. I wonder how we would do that. We could probably output it, but then the sound. What do we normally have sound when we watch games in the foyer? I can't remember.
No, not usually. I mean, you can usually hear some of the stuff going on in the arena, but no, the score screen is not usually giving the sounds from the arena. Like that is purely something that's happening in game. But if you're getting the output from the Laserforce computer, then yeah, obviously you can get the game sounds to be on there. But if you were having that on stream, you would at least want to have that particular component to be like its audio level be much lower. So that way it will basically only fill in gaps if you're not talking at that particular moment.
Yeah, okay. VG with Steve so people can see your reactions. I did I thought about trying to find a place to put my face there during the games. The problem with doing that is that there's so limited real estate on the screen anyway, because scoreboard plus cameras. It's so hard to then put your own face on there as well. And really, who is that? That's just for me.
Yep.
It's not for anyone else. So I
Well,
don't
if I've
know.
learned one thing about effective thumbnails is you're gonna need, a surprised eyes, an open mouth, and some visible cleavage. So as long as you get those three things,
I got those three.
perfect
Hang on.
for perfect for getting your thumbnail.
That'll get me a click every time, baby.
I swear to God, looking at some of the things like for YouTube shorts, that it's just like if you gave someone stage direction, it's like, okay, pretend that you've just seen a giant dick that somebody just pulled out of the screen.
Bro, like my Twitch homepage it just shows cleavage. That's all that's there. Like, oh, that's cool. Okay.
This is how the internet has been optimized for us.
Yeah, boobs equals views is how the old saying go.
I've heard that before. Yes.
Everything is right that you can send sources to wherever. I think that might be kind of cool because that way people will see. Sorry, let me start that again. That way, my reactions as well as any reactions that might get heard on the mic will be synced versus in what's his face in Detroit when we had commentators on the mic there. Everything was out of sync because it
was like a 10-second delay or something.
Yeah, which is massive, and so you could hear everyone reacting to nukes and stuff happening in the foyer, and then the commentary team would like struggle to then be like, "Oh, here comes a nuke," and everyone else is like, "No, we know, we already lived through that." But yeah, so having a synced up screen might be kind of cool. And then not only that, but then you like if we output the broadcast, it means in between games when we do player comparisons and all of that sort of stuff, people in the foyer can actually see all of that stuff as well. I know we've talked about keeping stats, MVP stats and stuff a secret from people like until awards get announced, but I don't think that really needs to be the case. I think we can still celebrate people's achievements at the awards dinner, even if because it's not like we're surprise, this team won nationals.
Some of those are not going to be super secret.
Yeah,
like on occasion we've been like, oh yeah, the MVP rankings were really close on this one position, but I think also the chances for people messing around with their play in order to manipulate that are relatively low.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. And you can show head-to-head comparisons without giving away like what the total leaderboard is, or that kind of thing. Again, it's one of those things that technically all the data is public knowledge. So if you really wanted to sit there and track it yourself, you could definitely figure out like who is leading in different categories and all that.
Yeah, the only ones that aren't, in my opinion, that you can't know until you get to the awards dinner is the Rookie of the Year. Any player,
anything that's voted,
player voted ones. Rookie of the Year, All-Star teams, and I think that's it. Unless you're doing like a best and fairest,
sportsmanship, best and fairest, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. What are the awards this year? I.e., the non-usual ones. Beans as
that's a Beans question.
Yeah, I think there are a few. There's a bunch in there. In fact, we saw the photos of the trophies went live, right? They are public.
There were at least photos of trophies. I don't know that there was any necessarily detail on like what every single
but
was,
like so people know that that these particular trophies have alcohol receptacles.
I mean, any trophy can have an alcohol receptacle if you're brave enough.
That's true. Just the SM5 first through third. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there are a bunch of other awards that are being awarded this year. I don't know. I kind of know some of them, but I don't know what they are. So that'll be you have to keep an eye out on the stats pages or the Discord if you want to know who won an award at Nats this year. Badge 502 has entered the chat. I don't understand that reference. What does that mean? Do you know what Badge 502? I don't know.
I don't think I know that one.
we don't know that one. I made a Bone Thugs and Harmony reference today that nobody understood.
If only Fan were here, maybe he would understand.
I can't wait till he potentially watches this, but he doesn't watch this show. Is that the paramedic guy from Facebook? I do tangents all over the. He's the paramedic that tells people not to put things in their butt. Right on.
I feel like that should be most paramedics. I'll tell you that.
I think that's just logic that tells you that's the voice in the back of your head going like, I don't know, maybe that'd be quite hard to. Anyway,
unless directed by a doctor.
Yeah, but yeah, lots of trophies this year. Probably more than we've seen prior to any tournament, and that's because Moneybag Sanch is like, here, throw money at the problems.
Yeah, we had quite a few in Loveland and 24 because there was also a whole set of trophies for the players with the best hit differential in each position.
Right.
There was bomb diffuser. I feel like there might have been a couple of other ones as well. So we've definitely had some tournaments where there's been a lot of hardware given out, which is good because I like, I guess this is the millennial in me. I don't mind giving out a lot of trophies. It's okay.
I love a trophy.
Participation trophies.
It's a little souvenir of your time at Nationals. But from a tournament director perspective, I'm like, fuck all y'all. First through third gets a trophy. None of this 8th place trophy nonsense. But as someone playing a tournament, I'm like, I'm glad I got to bring home something. It's got a 6 on it, but whatever. I like any award or any trophy that rewards positive play. I think in the past, I don't like the ones that like Melted Gun. I don't like as an award. I think that's a horseshit award. And I'm looking right at you, Beans, when I say this. Anyone that runs around and just pulls the trigger nonstop throughout the game, you're doing it wrong. Okay, you're playing bad. You're getting rewarded for bad play, and I don't like it.
Yeah, flick the bean on your own time. What were we talking about?
I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Participation awards, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Even like like a 6th place trophy is would loudest knees. I don't think you would. I think I've got you beat. I have popcorn written around in there.
That's quite the competitive field in our particular sport. I think there's definitely a few people who got some crispy old knees that are going on.
Yeah, maybe we'll set up a thread in the Discord and just like send in your crunchiest knees.
This is the most cursed ASMR of all time.
Loudest grunt while standing up. Yeah, I think too you would beat us. You're right. You're the champion. So any sorry, what I was saying was even like a 6th or 7th place like trophy, you're still rewarding people for coming and playing. That's still positive. Like it's still a positive award. Yeah, you got 7th, but you were still there and participated. Melted Gun's a bullshit award for bullshit things. Okay.
Yeah. I've said it many times, and I'm sure I'm going to say it next week when we do our team breakdowns, and we're unfortunately going to have to list some people at the bottom of the ladder. But if you're playing in the tournament, like you have my respect. Like you stepped up to the plate, you played in a competitive event. Like I think there is just a certain thing among competitors. Again, if you're a good sport, if you're a good sportsman about things, that regardless of whatever shit gets talked ahead of time, like after the game is over, whether you won, lost, whatever, like you give respect to the opponent because they'd still faced you. They faced you in the contest. Yeah. Regardless of what happens, like that's a tough thing to do. It's
important.
A lot of it's a risk to your ego, to anything else, to go and step in and test yourself in what is by definition the most competitive event of the year. Yep. So yeah, you deserve recognition. Whether you get a trophy or not, you deserve the recognition of you played the event, you stepped up to the plate, like you did a challenging thing.
Yeah, which I think maybe it's selfish for me to say this because I have a vested interest in it, but I think that's what getting like a tournament shirt or you know, some way to
Absolutely.
remember your time at that tournament. I think that's partially why those things are good to buy from me.
Which is why my position is, if you don't come to Nats, you don't get a shirt. No more of this ordering shirts from a distance bullshit.
I have taken 2 orders from people who aren't attending Nats.
All right, well, that's it. You're cut off after that.
Troy, where's my Gen 9 new owner wants to buy it? Gen 9 sounds bullshit. Stupid vestless Laserforce bullshit. Shit, were we
Be
supposed
adding
to say
components, not taking them away.
that? Yeah. Bring back the helmets, god damn it. I want the helmets back.
Not a full helmet, but get us like a little thing that just has like something that goes over the eye that gives you your little HUD. That you have.
The little Dragon Ball Z Scouter. Fuck yeah, I'm all about that. That with my walkie-talkie capabilities, all of that stuff. Bring that in.
Yeah,
that's Gen
I can't
9.
wait to get pink eye from laser tag back.
Oh, it smells like farts. Yeah. Hoodlum, 72 months. Thank you, bro. You're fucking awesome. I can't believe we've been going that long. You must be, I reckon, Hoodlum, one of the first subscribers to the channel. I can't remember who the first one was. Might be Smallie McSmall.
Maybe, but still, one of the true OGs.
One of the true OGs. Longer than any of us. Yeah. That's not Gen 9. Oh yeah, Gen 9 actual guns. Maybe it's too soon.
Or it'll be like in Futurama, where they just get the virtual reality thing and you just point at somebody with your little finger gun and that shoots a laser out of it.
What would Ricky Bobby say about all these awards? I assume it's, I don't want to say it. Do you want to say it? I don't want to say it.
No.
If you're first or last, I don't want to say it. Yeah, right on. Elon Musk brain chip is Gen 9. Fuck yeah. I can't wait. Right here, baby. Right here.
Switch gets flicked, and now all of a sudden you're under the control of the Cylon government.
What? They wouldn't dare do that. You could trust your government, kids. Actually, I'm going to stop talking about that.
Yes, we're erasing any potentially scandalous content from the resupply until Steve successfully makes it through customs.
They're gonna talk a bunch of shit. I fly out real soon, and it is in the back of my mind. I had a conversation with somebody who was traveling to Nats from far away, and there is concerns about customs and stuff. What I would suggest is somebody who's also traveling and going to be there with you guys, have a look and just see if there's any advice online about what you should be prepared for when traveling to the States. You know, I wouldn't, I'm going to pick my words carefully. Yeah, have a read about things that you can do to prepare for easy entry into the US.
Like, just have your documents in order, make sure your visa and your passport are readily accessible, that kind of thing. Again, there's a lot of people who have come over for World Cup, and most of the people who are coming over here, I assume, are A, they're small potatoes, and B, you're not coming from like highly sensitive areas that would give people a second reason to look at your credentials or whatever if you're coming in. But again, I'll also choose my words carefully. I'm just like, that's not an excuse for security to just be jerks to people just because you come from a certain area of the world. But I'm saying, like, I feel like most of the people who are traveling from overseas this tournament are not likely to attract a lot of suspicion just because it's like of where you're traveling from. Everybody's going to have return tickets, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully nothing happens. I can't make any guarantees, but I'm relatively optimistic that people won't have too many problems.
Yeah, get your visas in order, get all your paperwork in order. Make sure you have copies of things like where you're staying, contact details for people in the States. You know, just make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row for when you arrive at TSA. TSA can be pretty scary, only because, well, for me, going to a country where you can openly see a weapon is is terrifying prospect. But you know, yeah, just have patience, treat people nicely. They'll generally treat you like nothing,
Yeah.
which is a
Just
good
remember,
thing.
they're only there because they couldn't get any other job in the world. Okay, I'm done.
Well, he said it, not me. I I did say it. But yeah, you should be okay. It is like it's a stressful process anyway, and just try and be calm and be pleasant, and um, you should be fine. This pod being deleted immediately after the show.
Just
Probably not.
selectively edited, that's all.
Troy, what are you doing to us, bro? You almost got me to read that aloud. I'm not reading that aloud. You said it, not me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a good week.
Yeah.
It's basically as soon as we get off this show, I have been every day working on stuff for either this show or the charity stream, and I keep flipping between the two. So there's still quite a bit of work to do, but it hopefully both products will be something that we could be proud of as a scene, as a community, and that I hope people get entertainment from and enjoy. But yeah, is there anything else you kind of want to add before we get the fudge out of here?
Just in general, like it's 4 weeks away till we
Crazy.
leave. I'm getting pretty excited for this year.
Yeah.
And unlike in some of the more recent years, I haven't had as many setbacks in my training. So I'm hoping for good things here for the last few weeks. I can get things in order and just get ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm excited for this tournament. I think it's going to be very competitive. And
Yeah.
looking forward to next week, which I'm sure will be the show that lots of people want to tune into. We're going to do our rundown of the teams. We're going to do kind of our preliminary power rankings and predictions for, who's going to be in what spots and who's likely to compete for those top places in the tournament. So
Yeah.
don't miss that.
I'm still wondering about whether or not I'm actually going to give a prediction. Because
just let me go on a limb by myself, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll probably get Than back to guest host, I guess, for a week.
Yeah. But again, he's not participating in the tournament. He's got no skin in the game. I'm the one who's putting my ass on the line there. I'm just like, yes, we're gonna win.
But for me, like, I don't know, remaining an impartial observer is probably a smart idea. Otherwise, I'll cop shit and chat all week. But but you said, and I know this because last year the Rockwood had opinion. Well, actually, not just Rockwood, but like people had opinions and gave opinions prior to the stream, and then I happened to catch a comment which I didn't take kindly to. Sorry, Snuffles, for reacting poorly to your comment on chat. I just had my ass kicked during a game, and I wasn't feeling very nice. Jen,
I don't
if you
want
want
impartiality, Steve. I want you openly rooting for me in every game. And if there's any penalties called against my team, I expect you to say that they're bullshit on stream. So
yeah, perfect.
as long as you're setting expectations
I got you.
now, this is what I want.
Jen, if you want a place to sleep, you know where to place hybrids. Right at the tippy top, baby. Don't let me down. Actually, one last thing before we go, just on the charity stream. So we are playing a bunch of games on chat. One of the games that we're thinking about playing around kind of the midday New Zealand time will be Mario Kart 8 on the original Switch. If you have a Switch and you want to join in, please send me a message and I'll give you the time details and stuff. I'd like to get as many people as we can playing a bit of Mario Kart. So
so if I play Mario Kart, it's gonna be on the old Super Nintendo down there.
Oh, right. That's cool. So cool. I'm a big fan of Mario Kart 64 bitch. I'm so in. You're right there too. I'll save you a seat. Yeah, I kind of want to play games. When was that again? It's the 27th, Dolly. 27th of June, and it'll probably I think that block will be the third one, so around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today. Yeah, it'll be a good one. And for anyone that missed it, there will be these. I made 4 of these, and they will be available for redemption. But there's only 4 of them, and so they're gonna be like, I think if you donate like $500, I'll gift you your own Tonga. But there's only 4 of them, so Yeah.
But if you just want to jump ahead and get the stream rolling on a good basis, now you know how to do it.
Exactly. So
Smash
actually,
that donate button.
people already have donated, which like I'm in like two minds of it. That's really awesome that people have donated. And actually, if you want to donate, I probably should have. Is this the one? That's not the one. Is that the one? I don't know. I don't know if it is. Here we go. If you want to donate, boom. That link there is the donate link. If you want to save your donations for during the stream, I recommend it. But if you can't make the stream for whatever reason, that's the place to donate if you want to donate. But yeah, there'll be plenty of opportunity to donate throughout the day. The Wheel of Doom is coming back, which I have mixed emotions about because as entertaining as it is, it sucks for me.
We already spun the Wheel of Doom like 2 weeks ago. Beans was here for it. Oh, you mean a different Wheel of Doom?
I don't understand. I'm forgetting what happened 2 weeks ago. So much has happened.
When we did the team draw.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did spin a Wheel of Doom. Same shit, just with more potential for me to get waxed. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Right.
Oh, ass crack came up. That's a tough one. Sorry, Steve.
Honestly, like I have thought about whether or not to make like to make not a full Brazilian, but essentially a ball wax. But obviously we wouldn't be able to show it on stream, but we could. You could hear it on stream. But I don't think that's probably going to make it on the wheel. I think we're going to stick to. I think I've got arms, legs, armpit, belly. It don't really grow hair on my back, so. But yeah, all of the silhouette behind a sheet. That's a good idea. I don't know if a silhouette behind a sheet. Yeah, no, that sounds fucking awful. It might just be me, like,
I think Steve might need to see a doctor about that. That doesn't look right.
Yeah, I already did see a doctor, and they said it's fine.
Sure. Who might lecture you? You see a doctor a lot more often than I do.
Yeah, because it doesn't cost me a mortgage. Just actually quickly, does a dentist is the dentist just as expensive in the States as a regular doctor?
Potentially. I mean, like the cap for it, I feel like is less severe because there's only so many things that go wrong with your teeth, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong with the rest of your body. So you're not going to rack up tens of thousands of dollars in dental debt, but stuff can be expensive. Like if you have to get a root canal, don't have insurance, like it's gonna be a few $1,000s.
That's what it costs here too. So that doesn't surprise me.
Because teeth famously not part of the body and hence not covered by other health insurance.
Yeah, they're like, no, thank you. We're not covering that shit. Same with eyes. If your eyesight's shit, not covering that shit.
Yeah.
What nightmare hellscape? What, the ball waxing or the dentist? Right. On that note, yeah, come and join us. I'm going to post a schedule hopefully tomorrow. If we get enough people to commit to playing Mario Kart, then we'll do it on stream. If we don't, I'll look to play something else. But I think the Cult of the Lamb might be a goer as well, because I'm interested to see how we can tie that into chat. And the chat and the Twitch integration for that sounds kind of awesome. So we're going to start a cult on stream for fundraising. Yeah, right. On that note,
good reason, isn't he?
I know, right? That's I mean, it's usually financial. On that note, though, I for this week, I've been Guy Next Door.
I've been DK, not Than.
Not Than. Always remember to backtrack. I was sorry, I got so lost because it's normally more people saying shit. But yeah, always remember to backtrack, kids. We will see you next week for a spicy hot take of an episode. Hashtag not that. See you guys soon.